Hi, and welcome to the Erudite Podcast. Today, we are going to take a look at Chateau Elan. Chateau Elan is a winery, a resort, and a spa. It is located in Brazelton, Georgia, which is about 49 miles outside of the heart of Atlanta, Georgia. Sounds a little further than it is. Not a bad drive. This is the very impressive drive-in to Chateau Elan. Ahead of us there is the actual winery. On each side of the road here we do see the vineyard. It's very impressive. I think you'll be psyched to see the property if you're planning a wedding or just planning a retreat or a resort stay. So stay tuned. Thanks for joining us. All right, so as we get into the property, again, very impressive drive-in. You will be facing the winery. The resort or the hotel is to your right. There is parking or valet parking, whatever you desire. Here's where you will pull into. Here's where you will leave your vehicle to check in. And here's the lobby. Relatively busy this particular day. We were up early one Sunday morning, and this is the lobby area where you will check in. Chateau Elan is a very popular place for weddings here in Atlanta. We did notice quite a few tags of folks that were from different states, so we assume that folks come just to kind of get away, and Chateau Elan is certainly a nice place to get away to. Here on the first floor is a gift shop. We noticed the lobby and the check-in area were not as big as some of the other resorts that we stayed at, but it was still very comfortable. We did fancy in a lot of different corners, a lot of different areas of the lobby, and walking through the hallways you'll see some nice cubbies and places to sit and relax. Now we're going to head off to a room, take a tour of a room, so you'll get to see exactly what you can expect when you come to Chateau Elan. One thing to note is that the hotel is going to be undergoing a very extensive renovation as it relates to the room. So what you will see today may not be what you see when you actually check in if it's after today. Now, as we enter the room, this is a king suite. Well, not technically a suite, but it's a king bed room, and the room is very spacious. As you can see, it's very clean and very elegant. Chateau Elan has this, to me, this old English feel, a lot of historic Victorian type of furniture, which is very elegant. And as you can see from this particular vantage, you can see the courtyard and how awesome this view is, and the pool, which we will see up close a little later. How awesome it was to see this from this particular room. Now there are a number of rooms on this side and through the courtyard area. I think we were on the third or fourth floor. So if you're interested in having that type of view, then certainly ask for third or fourth floor. Again, this is a king bed directly in front of us. We have dresser drawers, plenty of place to put your clothing and different items, luggage, closet, you name it. There's plenty of places to store your stuff. Now, if for whatever reason you have your laptop and you came to do a little work, and then there's your desk, you can do that as well. One of the things that we like to always see when we travel is up-to-date furniture, up-to-date electronics, and things of that nature, and we certainly saw that here at Chateau Elan. One of the things I'll say about Chateau Elan is it has a feel of being secluded. Technically, you're only about, I don't even know if we're a mile from the freeway, Highway 85, which takes you directly into Atlanta. If you go Highway 85 north, you'll head into South Carolina, Greenville, Spartanburg area. So you're not very far from, civilization, as it were, but the way that it is situated in the woods far off the road there, you really do feel like you're at a retreat. And when we move down a little later in the video to see the spa, you'll really get the feel of being in a retreat more than a resort for me. But here's the bathroom. The bathroom is very good size, tile throughout. I don't know if the jacuzzi tubs are standard in every room, but certainly we had enough space to do what we needed to do in terms of our stay. So the robes, hair dryer, all the necessities that you would expect to have at your resort stay. So we're gonna head out and take a look at the atrium. As I said before, Chateau Elan is very popular for weddings, and I've been to weddings here before, and one of the weddings was actually here in this particular lobby. It's very beautiful. I assume if you catch the sun just right, you could really have an awesome wedding there. They do several conferences. When we were there this particular weekend, I think there was a conference there as well as a wedding or two, and they really pride themselves in the type of ambiance they can offer for brides and for conferences. Now, below there you saw eating area, and this is the menu for brunch. Brunch is also very popular here. I've had brunch there as well. It's fantastic. Should you decide to have it while you're there. Directly ahead of us is the convention center. There are a number of convention rooms and hallways, and we'll take a look at that a little later. But this is the floor of the atrium. You saw the overpass before, but this is the floor of the atrium. Very, very nice. Well done in terms of the plants, the different water fountains. Everything is very tranquil, is the best way to describe it here in this particular lobby. You do see a lot of stairs here. I will tell you there are elevators, so not to worry in the event that you're not a fan of stairs. There are plenty of elevators. So we're going to head out and take a look at the pool that we saw earlier from our bedroom window. This is again from the main atrium, heading out to the pool area. One of the things I like to see when we're in a resort, particularly around the pool and around water, is to see how well kept the area is. Now again, this was early in the morning, so all the tables and things like that were well put together. Benches were very neatly stacked and where they should go, but there are no cups, standing water, no places for litter or trash or someone to trip or slip or fall and hurt themselves. Now again, you can see the trees surrounding the courtyard, which speaks to my initial thought about the retreat idea, about it being secluded and one of those things that you really feel like you're off and away somewhere. Pool is a very nice sized pool. I thought the courtyard was probably one of my favorite areas of the resort because it's very tranquil, very relaxing. Again, if you desire to have a room facing the courtyard, you're going to have to request it upon the time that you book. Don't anticipate seeing the courtyard if you have not asked for it. Every room does not face the courtyard. Here's an outside bar. Again, it was earlier in the day, so the outside bar was not open yet. But during the day, the bar is usually open and serving drinks here at poolside. We're going to walk a little closer to the pool, and you can see again how clean it is. A lot of benches, a lot of places to sit and hang out around the pool. And up these stairs is a jacuzzi. Jacuzzi actually was a relatively nice sized jacuzzi. So a great place to hang out and relax. Inside, on the floor of the atrium, are these awesome pictures and drawings of the property. I thought it would just be nice to show you these as you kind of mosey through the hotel. You see different art, and this is just some art that was in the atrium that I thought was really, really cool. I will point out that the different flowers and inside flowers I thought added such a great touch. You really feel like they have gone to such great lengths to ensure the tranquility while in the resort. Upstairs is a bar and lounge and pool area. Pool as in pool table. This is upstairs to your right if you are facing the pool, to your left if you are facing the check-in. It's very spacious. I have been to Chateau Elan several times, and I never actually knew this was here. This is a place that you can go and play pool, hang out, have a sandwich, have lunch, and just, be social. There are a number of tables that you could play checkers or chess, or just kind of hang out, enjoy a drink. Now, this area overlooks the atrium as well. Downstairs again, which is where you saw the folks earlier eating brunch. So this is in that same area, same space. Like I said, they serve food here, and we're going to take a look at some of the things that they serve. There are a number of wines and things like that, but different sandwiches, different cocktails. This is a cool place just to kind of hang out if you were just kind of killing time or just really just wanted to relax around the hotel. Now we're going to head down to the spa, and en route to the spa, we're going to go through the convention center. Now, again, Chateau Elan hosts a number of events each week, from weddings to conventions, and they have a lot of space. So if you're thinking about needing space for a convention, perhaps give them a shout and see what the pricing looks like. Certainly if you're thinking about wedding or wedding reception, they have a lot of space. This is the convention hall. We're heading down to the spa. So if you're staying in the main building and you do have spa treatment, you will walk this route to the spa. When you initially arrive, it never feels like it's such a big property until you get there and you're actually walking around. Because of the scenery, because of the trees and different things, I guess you just don't see everything at once. But once you begin to, walk around, especially like I said, if you're going to the spa, you'll notice that it's quite a, it's not the longest route, but it's not a short route from your room to the spa. So we're outside here, and we're walking down to the spa. The back of the hotel, we open up and we head out, and there are walking trails. As you see here to your left, there are a number of walking trails on the property. You can actually walk through the vineyard as well. And as you get down closer to the spa, it's a completely separate building, very tranquil as well. Now, one thing to note, if you decide that you want to literally stay here at the spa, there are rooms available at the spa, so you don't have to stay in the main hotel. Now, we were not able to take as much footage here because there are people having spa services, and we didn't want to make them feel uncomfortable or anything like that. But this is the entry of the spa. It's very tranquil. The ambiance was awesome. Great aromas in the air. It was everything you'd hope a spa to be. We're heading downstairs. There's a pretty awesome jacuzzi type tub situation where it overlooks outside property that we wanted to show you as well. So this is the indoor jacuzzi in the spa. Spa treatments are given on both levels. I think upstairs you saw there was a guest or sort of a shopping area, but there are spa treatments given on both levels. If you decide to come hang out downstairs and have a spa treatment there, and then in your spa treatment in the jacuzzi, this will be the view you'd have. There's a lake outside. Chateau Elan has a number of golf courses as well, so You'd really enjoy yourself. So I wanted to give you a larger view of the property. So we're using our drone here to just kind of show you where everything is on the property, because you can't see from the hotel to the winery, winery down to, because there are a lot of trees. If you're not from Georgia, maybe you don't get that, but there's a lot of greenery here. So directly in front of us is the winery, and to the right and left, of course, as we were driving in, you saw the vineyard. To your immediate right is the hotel. So that's the hotel there to your right. So as you're coming in the long driveway, there would be a sign that says hotel parking. You would take that right. You would go toward the hotel. You could do one of two things. You could park, bring your luggage in yourself, or you could valet park and have the bellhops bring it in. I guess it would be your choice. Right here in the middle, that building that you see behind the trees is sort of it's a winery reception type of room where events take place, and we'll see it a little closer up in a few minutes. But here's a nice aerial shot of the winery. That hotel that you see in front there does belong to Chateau Elan. It actually is a Hampton Inn resort, probably one of the nicest ones in the nation, but it is also on property. There you see parking areas again as you come in, so you'll know exactly where you need to park. So we walk from the resort up to the winery, and the grapes are not quite in season now, although they're getting there. But if you decide that you just kind of want to walk either the trails, or you're going to walk and just hang out and be in the vineyard, you can do that as well. There are trails that kind of navigate through the vineyard.
That's what she was saying at the winery. If you cut them out here, that's pretty big because it only happens this time of year.
Did you see any?
And that's what she was saying about the grapes.
Did you see any grapes?
Huh?
Did you see any grapes in the vines?
Yeah, again in the distance there is the Hampton Inn, and beyond that you saw a few cars. That is Highway 85. So if you're coming to the resort, you'll be coming via Highway 85, either south or north, and that would be your entry. So we're going to kind of take a look inside the winery and check it out. It is very picturesque, as you can see. Again, the horticulturalists and the folks that are taking care of the grounds are doing an awesome job. If you've ever been to Biltmore House, it has that feel of elegance, if you will. This is the first thing, of course, my wife and I thought of when we pulled up to the property, that it really felt like Biltmore. So we go inside the winery. Inside the winery are restaurant, wine tasting type areas, and event hosting areas. To the right, as you can see, that's kind of where the wine tasting and things like that take place, where you can purchase souvenirs, you can purchase wine, and it's more of a tall table, sit down or stand up wine tasting kind of area. To the left was more of a sit down restaurant, order from a menu type situation. And you can go upstairs, but upstairs were just rooms where you could either host an event or have meetings and things like that. We just wanted to show you this view from the opposite side of the winery. It is very spacious. I assume they have some awesome events here. We didn't really get a chance to go behind the scenes as it relates to the wine preparation. I think that's proprietary, but it is good to note that on property, as you would assume, they do have their own wine processing and bins and things like that. And it is directly behind the wall that you see in front of us. That last door would actually take you to the processing area, but we're not going to go back there. Here is a bar. Obviously, if there's having an event there, you would order your wine from there. Then across, you can see it's a checkout area for some of the souvenirs that you can buy. They had candles, they had wine, of course, different type of oils. There are a number of things that you could purchase here that would be considered really great souvenirs from Chateau Elan.
Vanishing Gray balsamic. This is like a.
So directly behind this wall is this wall, which is a large image of the winery and a painting, if you will, of just different ideas or cultures in the vineyard. It was pretty impressive. It was very large. There was actually a key there on the right that kind of described each segment of the painting, but the painting was the length of the entire wall. And if you're in the winery and if you're taking part in wine tasting and you're looking for the restrooms are actually on the opposite side of that wall. So when you come out of the restroom, you will actually be facing this particular image. And here's the key that I was telling you about, and it's divided up. It tells you what each segment is purpose for. Now here's the outside again. This is the front of the winery, but this is like an outside seating area. So for dining, for wine, you can just sit out, hang out, and just really take a look, sit and relax and look at the property there. A little further down, walking between the resort and the winery, is Patty's Bar. Patty's Bar was closed this particular day, but it is there. It's more of an Irish type of pub situation. Bar stools, as you can see, sitting there. But it's just between the resort and the hotel. So overall, Chateau Elan is an awesome property. Certainly if you're considering a wedding, a place to host a convention, a retreat, or simply a staycation. We're in Atlanta. It's nothing for us to drive up a little over an hour, stay, and then head back without having to go to the airport or drive very far. But if you're coming from out of town and you just want to hang out, but you don't want the city piece of Atlanta, Chateau Elan is a great place to stay. It's very clean, it's very nice. The people are very, very friendly. Emily, who was our contact this particular weekend, was super awesome. The young men at the front desk could not have been nicer. So we certainly recommend Chateau Elan. We appreciate the opportunity to hang out this weekend. We look forward to continuing to come back and stay. One of the things before we go, we did mention that Chateau Elan has extensive golf courses, not just one. They have several golf courses. We did not cover it in this particular video, but we will cover it in the future, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully you do or did like this video. Give us some likes, comments below. Any questions you have, you can leave those below as well. But again, we certainly highly recommend Chateau Elan for any wedding planners, seekers, in terms of events and retreats and things like that. Give Chateau Elan a call. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Thanks.